What's up, guys? This is Cory, and welcome to ReviewTube. Going to tackle another horror movie. This one is another Canadian horror film, zombie film, that came out in 2006 and is titled Fido. Fido is a satire on 1950s suburban life, and it takes a look at a alternate world where during World War I or World War II, a giant cloud forms over the world, causing people to reanimate. So the dead come alive and start turning people into zombies. And there's a giant zombie war that occurs, and it changes people. And there's this company that creates this device that, if you put a collar around these zombies, they once the device is activated, it basically triggers in the zombie's brain to become more or less a mindless servant in a way. Like, they don't have the fight to eat people or whatever, but they are pretty much house servants to many people. And in many ways, it's very similar to like a family dog or something, hence the name Fido. A little boy named Timmy Robinson, is kind of skeptical about zombies and everything, but his mom brings home a zombie because everyone else in the neighborhood had one. So, to impress her neighbors, she gets one herself. And, the husband doesn't like this at all. He wants nothing to do with zombies. And Timmy, he's skeptical about it, but he's a little open to it. And when he finds out that this zombie is trusting enough and kind of cares about him, he realizes, he's kind of like a human pet in a way. So he names it Fido and builds a friendship with this zombie. And the mother is played by Carrie Ann Moss, who many people remember from The Matrix or Memento. And the father is played by Dylan Baker. The owner of this corporation is played by Henry Cerny, who basically wants to turn these zombies into civilized beings, to help people. But at the same time, he kind of has some evil plans along the way. And, this film is a complete satire on the model, nuclear family dynamic in the 1950s culture, especially 1950s suburbia. You've got the trophy wife and the father and the perfect son and everything, and in a way, the household pet, the zombie, Fido. And, there are a lot of social norms that are shown within the movie. There's a neighbor named Mrs. Henderson who constantly tells Timmy, don't leave your bike in the yard, or, you should get a zombie. I don't think she specifically said that, but the owner of this Zomcorp, or Zomcom corporation, just moves into a house on the same street as Timmy, and he really pushes for everyone to have a zombie to help people around and stuff. And so there's a lot of like social pressure that are shown to the family. There's a lot of great satire of kind of how society forms and everything. Because of this war, we have docile zombies and stuff. So, I mean, it's a really interesting film in that aspect. This is more of a comedy and less of a horror movie. I mean, there are zombies, there's zombie violence, there's some gore in the film, but it's relatively tame in comparison to many other films. And in fact, I was surprised it was rated R, because besides a few zombie attack scenes and stuff, there's no language, there's no sexuality or sex, nudity, anything like that. And it's it's a relatively clean film. I mean, the violence and stuff isn't too over the top. There's some blood splatter, but I mean, I've seen a lot worse in other horror films, especially zombie films. So I mean, I was surprised that this wasn't PG-13. But still, it's a really solid kind of independent Canadian horror film that I don't think many people have seen, and it's kind of a shame because it's currently on Netflix, and I do think that a lot of people should see it. Um, Now, I will say that there are some faults to this film. I do feel that the logic of this collar thing doesn't really make sense. Um, you know, exactly what makes this zombie become a servant once he puts the collar on, or once the collar's activated or whatever. I don't fully understand that. The direction was really decent. The director of the film is Andrew Cory, who has directed movies like Barricade and Miles Zero. So, I mean, I haven't seen Barricade or Miles Zero, don't know really anything about them, but with what he did with Fido, I think he really succeeded. He was one creating the satire of 1950s suburbia, and at the same time, he was creating a different zombie film. I won't say it's 100% original, and I don't think the logic is fully there, but it is a very entertaining film. It is very well made. It's very unique in a way. And I think it's kind of a hidden gem that many people don't really know about. So if you have Netflix, I highly recommend that you check it out. I'm going to give Fido an 8 out of 10. So tell me, guys, have you seen Fido? If you have, what'd you think of it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think about it. And, be sure to friend us on Facebook, like, favorite, subscribe, all that. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.